This video is powered by USAGundam. Visit USAGundamstore.com and enter the code JOEY10 to receive 10% off your next purchase. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to work in progress number 2 for the Wing Zero Ver Ka. In this, I'm going to be working on what I would consider the auxiliary colors for the Wing Zero. As you know, Wing Zero is mainly blue and white, but he does have red, yellow, and, the green parts. In this case, all the green parts for this kit that come with it are just in clear plastic. So instead of using just clear green, I'm going to do something kind of special, and you'll see. But starting out, we are going to be doing the yellow parts first. So with that, I'm going to be actually starting with some white primer from Gaia Notes, the Evo Surfacer. And then over that, I'm going to be using the orange yellow. And the reason for the orange yellow instead of just straight yellow is I kind of like that color better, and especially for a Ver Ka kit. Then what I'm going to do is come over the orange yellow with just a very light pass of Mr. Crystal Color Diamond Silver. It's a kind of a trick that I used on the new Gundam when I did it. It gives a pearl metallic effect to the yellow parts, and then whenever you 2K over that, it really comes to life. But very light passes, just like one pass. It's kind of like you're spraying just glitter over top of the paint job. Then, of course, the rest of the parts get a nice coat of Evo Black Surfacer. And for the clear parts, I'm actually going to be using Starbright Brass, and then going over the Starbright Brass with clear green. And what that's going to do is, the reason why I'm not going with, say, silver or chrome underneath is because the Starbright Brass, I used this trick on the Sazabi for the first time, and it really made a nice vibrant green. And I think for this kit in particular, it's going to work out really well because, in Endless Waltz, the movie, all of the mobile suits, they had these very, very vivid green, bright effects on them, and that's what I'm wanting to go with this. And then, of course, all the red parts are going to get a nice few coats of the lovely Raspberry Red from SMS. And that'll pretty much finish out this episode. So after we go to the spray booth, spray it all up, I'll come back with some parts and we'll talk about it. Alright, so now that the parts have had adequate time to cure, this is the final result of the 3 colors that I did in this video. First, we're going to start with the red. And as you can see, multiple coats of the raspberry is the way to go with this stuff. And I'll be utilizing the same tactic when it comes to the blueberry for the next parts. But basically, you just do a light coat, let it dry for a second, another light coat, let it dry for a second. Now in the video, you'll see me do the 1 coat, and that's basically for time's sake. And it wasn't until later that I realized how dark it actually was. So off camera, I went back and, went over it a couple more passes. Essentially the same style as you saw in the video, just a couple more passes to make it this nice vibrant red that I was going for. And it almost matches the red that, comes on the kit already. So that's really cool. That's really what I wanted to go for, was a metallic version of that color. So the raspberry did a great job. Really love this color. I've used it on multiple kits now, and it's just an awesome color. I love it a lot. As you can see here on the foot, I got a really nice smooth surface to go with sanding that down, and the nice metallic effect that that's going to give, especially when 2K goes over top of it. Then we move on to the orange yellow. The orange yellow with the white primer underneath it, the white surfacer, really makes this a nice bright color. I think if you went with gray, it would be more of an orange, where if you go with white, it actually gives it more of a yellow effect. So I really like this color, the way it turned out. And as you can see there, that's that diamond silver on top. And you can see how you can easily have that get away from you and put too much. So that's why I emphasize, just a couple light passes, and that's really all you need. Maybe not even a couple, maybe just 1, depending on, your trigger control. But it's literally just putting glitter over top of your, paint. But whenever 2K goes over top of this, that's going to look really, really, really cool. And then we move on to this nice metallic vibrant green. And the reason for that, like I said before, is because of the Star Bright brass. The brass is yellow, and of course whenever you put green over yellow, it makes it more of a yellow-green. And that's essentially what I wanted to go for with this kit, because of, it's a wing kit, and wing always had those really, really, really bright, vibrant green blades and stuff like that. I was not a fan of the hunter green plastic that this kit came with. So I'm really glad I did this. And of course, whenever 2K goes over that, it's going to look really good. And then there's a little chest piece that, I did play around with the idea of putting like a Kotobukiya part underneath and then using the clear green over that. But I'm really glad I didn't go with that, because I've seen a lot of people doing it. And this is going to be, different. A lot of people were just doing the clear color over the top of the clear part, and I think when 2K goes over this, it's going to be a really cool looking effect, like a little gem in the middle of his chest. So with that, that's basically a run through of the parts that we did in this episode. Next episode, I will be breaking out the blueberry, which is, it's kind of funny. I'm actually using raspberry and blueberry on this kit. So stay tuned for the blueberry. I'm gonna probably go ahead and prime the parts off camera. That takes up a lot of space in the video and everything. And at this point, you've seen me prime with black surfacer a lot. So I'm going to probably go ahead and do that off camera, and then just have the blueberry pearl and the clear blue go over parts of the blueberry pearl to give a really cool two-tone effect. So stay tuned next week and come see that in action. So that's going to do it for this episode. A like and subscribe would be appreciated if you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.